Hello, everyone, and welcome. So happy that you all are here to join us today for my series on Tips to Thrive. So today I am joined by Melanie Thompson, and I'm so happy to have her here. Melanie wears many hats. She has been in the fitness industry for 13 years. She also works full-time for a nonprofit organization that helps students enroll and graduate from college. She also works as a group exercise instructor at Villa Sport, teaching very early in the morning. And she's also married and has 3 boys, ages 3, 6, and 9. So she is busy. I don't know how you do it all. I really don't. Her husband, Kip, and Melanie, they both co-own Catalyst Chiropractic and Rehabilitation Clinic in Beaverton. And Melanie teaches many formats. So she teaches cycle and sculpt, bar, body pump, athletic conditioning, core, and body combat. So I first met Melanie over 5 years ago during my first body pump class, and I was just blown away by Melanie's energy, her motivation to really kick our butts and get a good workout in. I hear her voice even when I'm working out at home. She motivates me. So just so excited to have her here and share her tips on exercising from home. So thanks, Melanie. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Happy to be here.
Okay, so you have been obviously in the fitness industry for a long time. So what kind of drew you to fitness and exercise?
Yes. So I have been consistently exercising for about 16 years now, and I was brought into the fitness world by my sister. I was in college and I had been inconsistently exercising leading up to that point. And one day she asked me to join her for a group exercise class. And I had never gone to a group exercise class, but my first class with her, I'm like, this is it. This is something I love. And I've stuck with it all these years because I really found that that was something that I enjoyed, was passionate about, and would keep me consistent.
Nice, fantastic. So what do you kind of, obviously there's so many benefits to exercise. I know for a lot of my patients who struggle with anxiety and depression, exercise, I think is one of the best things you can do for mental health. What are some of the benefits that you notice maybe physically from exercise?
Yeah. And really, everything that I've found in terms of benefits from exercise are both physical and mental. So when I think
Mhm.
about feeling strong, I feel strong both physically and mentally. I feel healthy. I feel accomplished. I feel so much after a good workout that those feel good vibes that you're just feeling and those endorphins, all of that is something that I've realized. And both the physical and the mental side, especially with now being at home and having the changes with this time with COVID-19, I realized how big a part exercise was in my overall self-care. And that when I didn't have that, I was really missing that. So it is a big part of my life.
Absolutely. And I think, yeah, like you said, I think with our schedules being kind of all cattywampus and turned upside down, having that consistent exercise really helps. So for that person who's maybe completely new to exercise, maybe they're like, hey, now I'm home more, I actually have time to get going on an exercise routine. What are some maybe basic tips or things they can do to get started from home?
Yeah. And something that I've determined is that to get started at home, you really don't need much. And I would even say you don't need anything at all. And it's just about finding something that you enjoy. So
Mhm.
that can be trying different things. Now at this time, there's so much that's online. And if you're someone that would like to participate in fitness classes, you have so much access to that now. And if you've never tried that before, one thing that I would recommend is to just try out various things and find what you enjoy. So for example, if you're someone that really loves music and likes to dance, there's tons of dance formats, and you can do that without any equipment, nothing at all. Just put it onto your TV or your computer and dance and have a good time. Folks that like meditation, there's yoga videos you can do. If you're not someone who likes classes, but like other ways to stay active, if you like to go outside, going out for a walk or jogging. And another thing that you can do if you're someone that likes goals and being able to see improvement in various things, maybe before you go to bed at night, you do some push-ups and you see how many am I able to do tonight, and then the next night I can add a couple more. So just finding what fits well with your style, what you like to do, and then trying out a few different things to find out what works for you.
Absolutely. And it can make it fun, right? You said, find something you enjoy. And I don't think it doesn't have to be an hour workout, right? It could be 5 to 10 minutes even, can be really beneficial. Yeah. So what do we do if we want to lift some weights and bring in some weights and we can't find any equipment online because it's all sold out, like me, I'm stuck. So what are maybe some basic, home things we can pull together to use for weights?
Yes, we have been getting creative during this time. I'm right there with you. I had very little at home because I prefer to work out in a gym, and that's typically where I enjoy doing that. So we've been getting creative. So I'm doing some classes, as you know, with my members, and so but online. And so we've been exploring our house to find different things that we can use. Some examples are textbooks. Find those old textbooks hanging around. Those things are pretty heavy. Big jugs of water, using cans of food for weights. So just use those in your hands as weights. I've had a member use a heavy toolbox to use as well. One of my recent favorites is finding a sturdy backpack, filling it with a bunch of stuff and using it for squats or to even hold, one hand, doing curls or various things. So definitely creativity has been helpful during this time. Garages, laundry rooms, kitchens, those are usually good spots to find some heavy.
Absolutely. It makes me think of children too. Can we lift our kids?
Absolutely could. Put one on your back, do some squats. It could work.
Absolutely. And then, you talked about this earlier too, but just accountability. Maybe what are some ways that we can kind of stay accountable? Maybe it's, bringing in a friend, doing Zoom workouts with a friend. I don't know if you have any ideas around that too.
Yes, accountability is such an important tool, and something that I think that may even be one of the reasons why I like fitness classes, is there feels like a sense of accountability and community with everyone coming together. So trying to find something like that when we're not able to come to a physical space. So I've tried a couple different things that would be tips. So one example is, like you mentioned, an accountability buddy. I have sisters, none of us live in the same place, but my sister Emily and I, we both have these Apple Watches, and there's a feature within that where you can do some friendly competitions, where we can start a competition and see how we're doing with our fitness and our activity levels. So that's been a lot of fun. There's other ways where if you are wanting to have something that's on your calendar and have your own accountability, there are live fitness classes that are happening, and knowing that that's happening, putting that on your calendar so that you have a specific day and time that you're going to do your workout. And I do think that right now, many of us are looking for community and ways to get active. So you can join a community or help create one of your own. Like you said, doing Zoom workouts with your friends or family. My sisters and I would even send each other a video of, hey, I want to do this workout. How about we do it all tomorrow? And then let's talk about how it went. So just things like that can build both a sense of accountability and community during this time where we're not physically together.
Love that. Yeah. And I like thinking too, instead of social distancing, we're physical distancing. Right. So we can still connect, via FaceTime or Zoom. Really helps a lot during this time.
Absolutely.
Let's see, what would you say are 3 maybe really basic body weight strengthening exercises that we could do from home?
Yes. So with the first, with when I was talking a little bit earlier about maybe doing a few things before bedtime, if that's something that
Mhm.
you like to do. So a few body weight related exercise, maybe you put them in your schedule before going to bed or sometime during the day. Three different ones that I would recommend, and all hitting different parts of the body. So one would be a wall sit. So just going up against a wall, sitting down like you're a chair, and sitting there. And if you have some of those things that could add weight, holding that could work as well, but just holding it and timing yourself, seeing how long that you can hold that wall sit, and then maybe gradually adding to that.
Okay.
So that will help lower body. Upper body would be push-ups. That's a great one. It's a really functional move that you're using a lot of different muscle groups together. And there's different, just by changing your hand position, you could hit different parts of the body. So if I was going wider, that hits a little bit more chest, upper back. If I go in more narrow, I can get more triceps. So playing around with different hand positions, and again, doing different goals around how long or how many you're able to do. And then the third body weight exercise, which gets more core, would be a plank, where you're holding your hands out onto the floor. You're on either your knees or your toes, and you're bracing your core and pushing actively into the ground.
Mhm.
That's a great way to work the muscles we call the powerhouse, all the muscles in the middle of your body, the core.
Great. I love it. I hear your voice in the background with the tricep push-ups. Get rid of the chicken wings.
Right. Nice and
Your
close when you're doing
arms
those
nice and
stretches.
close. Yes. And then what about just some basic stretches? Stretching's always good.
Yes, absolutely. So a few of my favorite stretches. One is a child's pose,
Mhm.
which is where you have your arms in front and you're sitting back and you're on the ground. And we can post a couple of images of what this looks like afterwards. You can find it online, but child's pose is a great, it's very relaxing pose from yoga. Then we have a cat and cow, which is where you're on your hands and knees and you think about an angry cat, what they look like with their arched back, and you just push into an arched back, letting your head drop, and then you go into a cow where you let your back go down, and then you're just going back and forth from that arched and then down position, and it's a really great mobilizing stretch for the back of your body.
Nice.
And then the other stretch that I love, anyone that has a baby, you will recognize this one. It's called a happy baby pose. You lay on your back, you grab your fingers around your big toe, and you just let your knees fall wide, and you could rock back and forth. And it's like a baby if they're on a changing table. I remember all my kids like this, grabbing a hold of their feet, which they're
Mhm.
often very flexible as well in that age. And that's a really nice stretch as
Nice.
well.
Yes, I remember my sons doing that very vividly,
Yes.
grabbing their toes. I was going to say too, what I love about child's pose and the cat cow pose is it's a great way to really slow down and regulate your breathing. So
Mm.
activating that vagus nerve for that parasympathetic lying on the beach watching the sunset state is your parasympathetic nervous system nice and calm. So really
Mhm.
good stretches. Thank you so much.
Yes.
So you are doing these fantastic quarantine workouts
Yes.
in the morning, which I am loving. And I was curious, how can people be part of those if they would like to?
Yes, absolutely. They can find it on, it's on Facebook. It's a group there that I post videos about 2 to 3 times a week, and I'll be doing them until we're back to being able to go to the gym again. And it's a great opportunity to connect with that community and folks, and they can find it by looking for quarantine workouts with Melanie, I believe, and I'll
Mhm.
post it to this video as well,
Great.
but you can just add yourself to that group, and then you'll have some workouts that you can join me during.
Oh, fantastic. I can't thank you enough for doing the workouts in the morning. They've been great. And also a really nice way to try some new classes
Right.
because I really hadn't done much bar before and I'm loving your bar classes.
Oh, good.
So been really, really good. Well, thank you so much for this interview and giving us some really great information.
Yeah.
And yeah, I hope this was helpful to everyone out there. And take care and get working out. This is the best time to optimize your physical and mental health. All right, take care.
Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye.